Welcome back, gang. It's Deltia from Deltiasgaming.com, back with another 100,000 gold budget build. This time, it's the kings and queens of ESO meta, and that's the Magic Dragonknight. This will be a PvE build meant for dungeons and solo play. With this build, I was able to complete Vateshran Hollows, no death, right around 52 minutes, with no mythic, no monster, no trials gear, jacked up traits, and 100,000 gold. This thing is built very sturdy with strong self-healing and resource sustain. So if you're looking for something like that type of build that can work right out the box with very little investment in terms of gold or time, this is your build. Let's get started. I think we can do Mother Sorrow and Silks of the Sun. So let's go ahead and pull up Tamriel Trade Center and see what we got. So we said Silks of the Sun, right? So Silk, let's go to Apparel. This is going to buff our flame damage, which basically is all of our damage. All pieces, let's change the trait to Nothing Burger, okay? Oh, geez, 750? 750 for one? Okay, this one, that looks like Bartonville got a bunch of them. 45,000! Good Lord, this is expensive out here. Oh boy, howdy. 87 gold for one piece? Wait, is this CP160 infused? Yoink! Okay, one down. All right, Silks of the Sun, we got two pieces now. All right, looking pretty good. So there's two body pieces so far. So we got the belt, cool. Oh, legs. Okay, so legaronis, yep, for 1,000. So we have legs, belt, booties. So we need chesticles and glove skis. Dragon Apothecary. Oh my god, did I say that right? I think I said a big word right. Cool. Put that in the video. Okay, oh man, wait a second. Wait a second, hold on. Wait, who recommended this? Was it Zizen? We have our first 5-piece and it costed less than 5,000 gold. Am I the only idiotic person that's excited about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're looking back at Mother Sorrow. Okay, 200 gold. Yeah, dude, juice. Yeah, scrap the. Oh my god, so we're less than 10,000 gold? Are we gonna have to do a 50,000 budget build? So now we need jewelry. And what are we gonna go, purple jewelry? Okay, okay, I'm just gonna grab the, whatever. What's this one, healthy one? All right, so we got a neck. So now we just need 2 ring skis. 750 for a ring? We're at 10,000. We're less than 10,000 gold. Is no one else getting a kick out of this? Ring of Mother Sorrows. Okay, lightning back bar for 2,500. Got it. Okay, we're looking good on that one. That one's down. Now we need to get our front bar, Inferno Charge. Oh yes, Silks won't buff Unstable Wall unless it's an Inferno. That is true. So that's going to be a downside. I'm still going to use the lightning though. I still like the heavy attack, and I struggle with sustain and survivability on a Magic Dragonknight. Remember, we're not using Pale Order. I'm not using False Gods. I might play solo and I might play in a group. So I'm still going to stick with it. So the very first thing we're going to start up with is the skills, and you're going to need to decide which weapons to use and why. Currently in endgame top 1%ers PvE, most folks are using dual wield, with their main hand being Nern and their offhand being charge. We're not going to use that. We are going to use the fire staff with the charge trait. The reason we're going to use a fire staff on our front bar is the combustion passive, which was boosted recently. So when you apply the burning status effect, you're going to get 1,000 magic back. The charge trait is going to amplify the chances of proccing status effects, and with the fire enchant on the front, you're going to get carried in your resource sustain. Trust me, charge is really good, plus the item sets are dirt cheap. And in the back bar, I would recommend fire. I actually used lightning for this because I didn't understand how good the resource sustain was. So usually lightning's a bit easier because it procs off balance and you can rip off a fully charged heavy attack much easier. But after doing, I almost never ran out of magic without using False Gods or any trial sets. So go double fire if you can. And then maybe when you're a top end trials person, go dual wield. But just keep in mind, that's what people are using. So the front bar, working left to right, I have one skill slotted just passively, Enter Light, to boost my max magic, giving me more damage. The next ability up is Burning Embers. This is really good right now. It's going to be even better later on. What it does, damage over time, which you can reapply it for a big burst heal. In the future, it will heal you 100% of the damage cost that second. So it's going to work in the future update 33 in March, just heals per second a massive amount versus a big burst heal, which is really, really good if you don't have Pale Order. My front third ability is going to be Cauterize. This is a heal version. I'm not using Flames of Oblivion because I can get a lot more survivability and a little bit of group utility if I'm playing with pug groups. In a perfect world, I would actually slot Barb Trap here from the Fighters Guild to give myself the crit buff since I'm playing in melee range, but this is built for tough, no, Deltia tough. Next ability up is Molten Whip. We're going to build stacks by using Ardent Flame abilities, so the damage over times and the Cauterize that I've already talked about to get 3 stacks and then hit a whip. That whip was hit for about 39,000 on a crit, self-buffed within a banner, so it can hit really, really hard with this gear. And then Engulfing Flames. This is our last damage over time effect, and what it's going to do is kind of buff our flame damage. And so you can see we have 3 Ardent Flame abilities up active on our bar, and that's kind of the rotation on the front part of this bar is Duck, Duck, Goose. So you're going to hit Engulfing Flames, Cauterize, Burning Embers, you have a 3-stack, Whipperoni. Keep in mind, Cauterize, you can reactivate it to give yourself or someone else a heal on demand. Next ability up is going to be Flawless Dawnbreaker. This is from the Fighters Guild, and the reason we slot it is going to give us spell damage just for slotting it. Plus, it's a very low-cost ultimate that we can use to get 300 spell damage for a bit of a time. Now we're going to go back bar, and we have some flexible options here depending on your skill level, but I built it very, very tough and resource sustained. Working left to right, Elemental Drain is my first skill up. If I'm playing solo, this is going to give me Major Breach, reducing armor of the target, single target. It doesn't cost anything, and it's great resource sustain. Consider this your flex spot. So you can put Barb Trap here. That's from the Fighters Guild if you don't have it on your front bar. You can also put Channeled Acceleration here if you're playing solo and want a lot more damage instead of Fighters Guild. That's another good one. Plus, it gives you a lot of mobility. And then if you want some more damage, I would also slot Mystic Orb from the Undaunted skill line and throw that orb. It doesn't require a target to cast, plus it's massive AoE and great for group play. Working to the right, I'm going to choose a different kind of ability, and that's Cinderstorm. Cinderstorm is the other morph of Eruption from the Earth and Heart skill line, and this gives you massive heals per second. The thing you lack on a Dragonknight in this current form is heals per second. You usually get that from Pale Order or something else. If you don't have Pale Order the Mythic, you need something to constantly give you heals per second, especially when playing solo, and this does it. It's a ground-based AoE, so you're going to need to throw it out just like a Blazing Spear or something else, and then fight in that area. Recast it for a very low cost and keep it on you at all times for really solid healing. Next up is Harness Magic. This is going to be a shield based of the max magic that we have, so running a lot of max magic going to give us a bigger shield. It has a 6-second duration, which is very small, but you're going to cast this on your back bar in the oh crap moments where you don't know what's going to happen. If you're a new player and you struggle with survivability, don't hesitate to double bar this. People will think that's silly or stupid, but if you can't react quick enough to get back to your back bar, just slot it in the exact same position. Harness Magic would be my 3 key on my back bar, but if I were nervous and I didn't react really quickly, I would move it to my first key and put Inner Light off and slot Harness Magic in the exact same spot. Yes, it'll be less damage, but you can't do any damage when you're dead. Next up is Draw Essence. It's kind of an odd ability, but I absolutely love this ability, PvE and PvP. What it's going to do in an 8-meter radius is kind of suck in, and the initial damage is going to heal you based on how many enemies are hit. And it'll heal you for 150% of the damage cost. So what I'm doing is I hit my shield on my back bar when I take a lot of damage. If I'm getting pressured by a lot of mobs, then I pop this to suck in for a massive suck in burst heal. Then I'll bar swap and it'll explode for even more damage. Kind of an odd skill. You're going to want to probably flex out as you get along later in the end game, but it's really, really good in AoE and even single target if you need a oh crap panic button heal. Next ability up is going to be Unstable Wall of Elements. You're going to want the Fire Staff ideally. I did take a Lightning Staff because they're usually a little bit cheaper. You're going to apply this down, and you can consider this your main spammable on your back bar. So if you cast it over and over, it will explode, or you want to cast it and let it sit there while you work on your front bar. So how this back bar setup would work is you put Elemental Drain on one single target before you close in. Then you throw your Cinderstorm right in the area you're going to be fighting. Hit Unstable Wall and or a Draw Essence as you bar swap. Then you get to the front bar, Duck, Duck, Goose. Engulfing, Burning, Cauterize, Whip. The ultimate of choice is obviously Standard of Might. The strengths of Standard of Might is it's one of the strongest damage producing ultimates in the game, if not the #1. It's not mobile though, so you need to be really cognizant of when you're going to use it, specifically in boss fights you can't get negated or has a lot of high mobility. So rely on Flawless Dawnbreaker for those. And that's the simple skill setup. Let me go to the gear real quick. So 100,000 gold, what do we get? Well, we're going to run 2 5-pieces and a 2-piece. So the number 1 2-piece, if that makes sense, is willpower. It's dirt cheap. Willpower can be obtained through the Dungeon Finder, Imperial City, or the Guild Traders. The 2 pieces will only be active, giving you 1,700 max Magicka. More max Magicka means bigger shields and more damage. You're going to want to get a Maelstrom back bar to work on as you replace some of these gear sets. That's what you're progressing towards. The reason Maelstrom is so strong, regardless if you get the perfected or non-perfected version, it's going to add damage to your light attacks, which is usually your top 3, one of your top 3 sources of damage. That's why a lot of folks use it as a back bar setup. Now, a staple in PvE DPS, whether you're beginner or endgame in Magic, is Mother's Sorrow. This is in Deshawn, and you can get it from Deshawn's Zone, or you can buy it from the Guild Traders, and it's very, very cheap. Don't worry so much about the traits. You're really just trying to get the Mother's Sorrow, the jewelry, and a couple body pieces. Very, very cheap, but it's going to give you a lot of spell crit. Spell crit does not have cap, so there's no diminishing returns really, and the cap is only on crit damage. Sure, the math nerds will tell you to get right around 60% critical, but when you're just starting off in the game, you don't really need to worry about that. Mother Sorrow is a go-to, dirt cheap. The next 5-piece up is Silks of the Sun from Stonefalls, Overland Zone, or you can get it from the Guild Traders. At gold quality, it's going to add 400 weapon and spell damage to your flame damage abilities. Literally everything, maybe plus or minus unstable wall of elements, is flame damage, so it's going to amplify pretty much everything you have in your kit. It's dirt cheap, easy to get, and you can get it right out the start of the game. So that's 2 5-pieces on, and then there are weapons of willpower. What you're going to work towards progressing, you want to get Burning Spell Weave on your jewelry along with your weapon. I would highly recommend the charge trait due to that combustion passive. A lot of people at top endgame are running dual wield Nirn with their main hand, charge with their offhand. Don't worry about that so much, but if you can, do City of Ash 1 or 2 to get the jewelry, and then a weapon choice like Flame Staff on your front bar. Burning Spell Weave's a go-to. Then your body pieces you're going to want to replace eventually with False God's Devotion from Sunspire, ideal for solo play because it carries your sustain and mobility, or Bahases from Rockgrove, which is super high DPS in coordinated groups. Then you can work on getting a monster helm like Kilnar's from Unhallowed Grave, or you can work on getting Harpooner's Kilt, which is another really good damage set for trials. Either way, 2 5-pieces and a helm will give you a really good build out of the gate. So here's the gear chart that I went with. Charge on the front and Fuse on the back. I spent a lot of my gold on enchants. I feel like this gives you the most bang for your buck in terms of added value. You're going to want to gold out your weapons priority and then trait change those jewelry to Bloodthirsty ideally, and then spend a lot of gold on the enchants if they're not gold already. So I went with a few max health to get my health right around 23,000 with food. That way if you make a mistake, you're not instant dead. Don't worry about the body set traits so much. You'll be able to optimize those going to vines later on. This is a good starting point. I went with the Dark Elf Dunmer Dragonknight for this because it gives you a well-balanced pool of max magic and stamina and weapon damage and spell damage, so you can always swap between races if you like. I went with the Thief Mundus Stone. That's going to increase our critical chance, which is really good. With this setup, I'm right around 51% spell critical and about 4,000 spell damage with 35,000 max health, with 35,000 max magic and about 23 max health. So really good setup. The consumables I went with is Witch Mother's Potent Brew. This is a cheaper food alternative to Clockwork Citrus Flay. It's dirt cheap. You can get it really quick. And then I went with the Lion's Spell Power Potion. So PvPing, doing Battlegrounds, I just use my Alliance points through PvPing to buy those without having to use any gold. Champion points in the blue Warfare tree, I went with Fighting Finesse, Deadly Aim, Thaumaturge, Master at Arms. Fitness, Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Bastion, and Siphoning Spells. That's the build. Kind of a in-depth guide here on that. Now I'm going to show you the gameplay, kind of me walking through, narrating it. Keep in mind, my skills and morphs and everything do change if I'm playing a more serious dungeon with a coordinated team of healers and tanks versus playing solo. When in doubt, learn how to resource sustain, carry your survivability by yourself. Think of it as a 1vx PvE build. Once you get good at that, then you can start taking off the training wheels and add more damage, less resource sustain. It'll work great. Here's the gameplay. All right, so just kind of maintaining my discipline here. The heals over time are going to come from Cinderstorm. I can always go ahead and re-swipe Burning Embers for a big burst heal. So, oh boy, we got unlucky on these ads. Yeah, this is bad luck. Okay, we're going to have to deal with it here. So 3-stack whip, Those archers will spawn inside of the portal with you. So you got to deal with them, essentially. Blockade back down, embers up, engulfing, try to hit both of them. Now the real tricky part is, I got a dude beating the crap out of me here, and I don't have all the healing from Pale Order. So we're going to put this down. It's probably going to come down to the last little bit here. Shield up, 3-stack whip. Of course, I hit the wrong thing. One down. Here we go. We're at 57%, so I'm going to actually hold off on using banner until I get to the portal. Burning. Here we go. Engulfing. Make sure drains up. Good to go. Okay, swipe it. As long as we don't get to the other phase, we should be good. Shield. Okay, now we're in trouble. I may have to use banner here. Yeah, I'm going to use banner. Got in trouble. I don't want to die. Come on, ability fire. My God. Okay, Void Mage is going to get melted. She's going to get melted. I don't remember what portal to run through. You should not have done that because I'm going to fully charge here. I can just push it over whenever I want. I don't remember what this is the right one, but let's go in here. I don't even have enough for a Dawn Breaker, which is troublesome to say the least. Okay, dot it. I don't remember which way it goes. Okay, good. I guessed the wrong way. Now we're trying to get that ad down quick. I'm going to use a Dawn Breaker here just to get some spell damage going. Looking good so far. Okay. Blockade still back up. Blockade, Cinder. The boss is at tons and tons of HP because it took me so long to kill this. So we're going to have to do at least one of the other crazy phases when we come out of here. Okay, so here we go. So you know what's going to happen. As soon as we come out of here, we're going to... Oh, crap. This is bad. Oh. We got to work on this guy here because we just can't take all that pressure while we're dealing with the little critters. Okay, we got it down, thankfully. Here we go. Now their minions should be coming out. Yep, Drain, Blockade. I'm going to put Cinder for a little bit extra healing. 1 dot, 2 dot, 3-stack whip. Try to avoid that pressure. And of course, here comes the caster again. A lot of crap on the ground. I'm holding block casting. Okay, there we go. Cinder Storm. Now we can just take our time, clear ads out. Not panic. Who's panicking? Okay, 1, 2, 3-stack Whipperoni. Okay, good. 25%, so we can just tab target it and push it on out. Even when it spawns the minions, potion's off cooldown, so it'll despawn them here in a second. Good. I will go to blue. There's an archer that's going to come in blue now. You see it from the back shooting at me? This will actually go inside of this. And also a caster that's casting. Lovely. So we're going to try to rotate around here. I'm going to pull back like this. Watch what happens. I pull back, the archer will be forced to stand in the banner, or allegedly should. I guess it has 75-meter range on it. Perfect. Scale the archer. So we're going to have to deal with high HP boss, but it's better than dying. Bash. Okay, good. Blockade down. Drain. This thing doesn't really have a whole lot of damage with it, so we should be able to heal through it here. Yep. Bash. 49%. Okay. Casters in here, of course they are. All right, so now we're gonna have to deal with the caster as soon as we come out of here. Almost have enough for a banner. Yep, shield, Cinder, and the minions are coming forth. Thy forth could they come. 1, 2, 3-stack Whipperoni. Baloney, yep. Fully charge it. Cinder, oh, deep breath. All right, ad control here for a second. I'm gonna drop a nuke. She's coming in the nuke, good. And archer dude, or caster, so I'm gonna pull back. The caster has to go in the AoE, doesn't know any different. Okay, good, 40%. We're at 37, looking good. Minions come forth. Cinder Storm back up, deep breath, drain, embers, 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 your face off. Do a dodge roll, I got plenty of stam, good. 17%. Okay, we should be able to push it over here. Good, pushed it over. Okay, last one. I'm 170 ultimate. Okay. So we got a caster all the way back in here. So I'm just going to go all the way back, all the way back. And of course, it doesn't follow me because it's stuck in the animation. This could cause our death here. This is going to be a complete, absolute, complete cluster. And yeah, that was probably the worst thing you could possibly have happen in that one. Is that a mage comes in and starts channeling. Otherwise, you can't cheese it. So we're going to go over here. The boss is probably going to be at 100% health almost. So I'm going to drop a banner here. You could save it for the boss, but otherwise it's going to take an hour to do. Hopefully I can get enough to get a ultimate back when we come out of here. Whoa, almost crashed. Lag in PvE? Says what? Okay, dot him up. I'm actually going to kill the caster since the boss is already going to be at super high HP anyways. Might as well kill the caster or we're going to have to deal on the way out. There, that would have killed us. Okay, so super high HP, we're at 68. This is going to be an absolute nightmare. Buckle up. Run, 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 run. Okay. So we got to be disciplined here. Drain. Okay. Drain. Blockade. Carterize. 1 dot. 2 dot. And stack and whack. There we go. Got her down. Okay. Now shield up. Turn in the corner. Let's see what we got. Looking good on ad control. Cinder Storm down. Drain up. A lot of crap on the ground. Some of it's not that bad. So the archer in the back, this is our problem. Shield. Drain on it. I'm going to pull back. Usually they will actually travel to me. The boss will. So now I got tons of crap going on. Okay. Shield. Ember. Carterize. Ember. Oop, oop, oop. Get back here. Good. The minions will start spawning here just in a nick of time. So we got to get these crappers down. 3-stack whips up. You got to get off the board. There you go. Got you. Okay, now we're looking good. 50-some%. Okay. Shield. Carterize. Drain. Okay, now the battlefield's under control. So you want to do your minions, go ahead. Minions come forth. Okay, minions come forth. Forth the minions come. Cinder. I'm going to do a Dawnbreaker here because I need spell damage. Bash. Got lucky on the bash. Cinder. There's just crap everywhere. I just got to survive this. Shield. Big survival. Big survival. Okay. Embers. Good. Potion off cooldown. Carterize. I'm in trouble because they're casting. 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 Come on. Deep breath. Take me home. 1 dot. 2 dot. 3-stack whipperoni. Shield up. Cinder Storm down. We might get a whole nother thing we have to do again. Oops. Come on, Cinder Storm. Yep. Block. Bash. Good. 3-stack whip. Just get off the board. Add control and we got this. 21%. Close to a banner. Here comes the crazy critters. Drain. Potion. Oh, this is going to be tough. I don't know if I can do it. I'm just going to focus on the boss and try to drop a banner. Yes! No death! No pill order! Nothing burger, baby! Yes! Clutched it! 100,000, baby! 100,000 gold, baby! Yes, got her done. Oh my God. What do we get? 52 minutes. We didn't die though. Boom! 220,000. Oh my God, I'm exhausted after this. Holy moly. Whose idea was it to do PvE again? Well, gang, that's a build. Hope you got something out of this PvE 100K build. Which other ones would you like to see? Seems like you do like getting these, and so I'm going to keep doing them, PvE and PvP. Give me some suggestions in the comment, and if I see a trend, I'll start making them. Thanks for watching.